Praise the Most High, family. It's a grand day here in the Carolinas, and I'm so glad to see it. I do hope and pray everyone is well, as we always love to say, and that you're able, like myself, to get out and enjoy this day. And pardon me, family, I do that almost any time I get to recording and forget about them old lips. Can't have the white mouth. There we go. Praise the Most High, family. It's a beautiful day here in the Carolinas. Bright and early. Birds out, squirrels out, making their rounds. And so are we. Getting in this word, getting in the holy text with our ears keenly listening to the Most High's voice. Hallelujah. Thank the Father. We do have a great idea today we want to share. And it's one that we would really need to search our souls to see what side of the line we're on. See which side of the line we're on. And it is, don't just rock the boat, flip it all the way over. Flip it out. Don't just rock the boat, flip it out, or flip it all the way over. The origin of the idiom rock the boat is attributed to an American statesman, lawyer and politician William Jennings Bryan, who was famously quoted, "The man who rocks the boat ought to be stoned when he gets back on shore." In this 1914 quote, it's evident that Bryan was referring to those who stir up trouble. So I'm asking you today, are you stirring up trouble? Are you causing trouble? You making waves by rocking the boat? For the kingdom, that is. And 1 John 2:15-19 explains where we're coming from. You know we got to put some script on it. And it says, "Do not love this world, nor the things it offers. For when you love the world, you do not have the love of the Father in you." For the world offers only a craving for physical pleasure. Oh boy, don't we know that oh so well. A craving for everything we see, and pride in our achievements and possessions. I'm looking to see if that's talking about any of us today. Or is that talking about me? Hallelujah. Praise the Most High. These are not from the Father, but are from this world. And this world is fading away along with everything that people crave. But anyone who does what pleases the Most High will live forever. And family, that's our ultimate goal. That is or should be our ultimate goal, to spend eternity with the Most High. But how many of us, we're having a hard time getting up in the morning and spending 5 minutes with Him? Oh boy, that used to be me. And then get myself in a bunch of mess during the day, where Hasatan has done stirred up some mess for me. Then I want to go hoping, wishing, and praying when I should have been equipping myself for what was on this way. Is that anybody I'm talking to today? But anyone who does what pleases the Father will live forever. Dear children, the last hour is here. Folks don't like it when you talk like that, do they? They don't. They don't hear nothing about no end times. I gotta get it right. And I heard this fellow yesterday, this Moray, teaching yesterday about not expecting others to do if you're not doing. It was like us Hebrews, we've been expecting a lot out of people, but we don't be doing what we're asking them to do. We don't be following the commands. So how can we be hard on other folks? He was saying when we mess up following the commands, we want grace and mercy and patience from the Most High. But we're not patient and showing mercy and grace to other folks when they're not following the Most High's plan and will for their lives completely. And I have been guilty of that. And I say that out loud. And I ask the Most High to forgive me. And all those that I put pressure on to do what's right. And to be quite honest, I shouldn't apologize to nobody but the Most High. Dear children, the last hour is here. You have heard that the Antichrist is coming, and already many such Antichrists have appeared. From this we know that the last hour has come. Let me look up another word the Most High is ringing in my ear at this time. And it is status quo. Are you maintaining status quo? Or are you maintaining the status quo? And status quo means to keep things the way they presently are. Pardon me. Not being born again. Did we just cuss? See, you know when you've been born again, family, that means you have died. I cussed out loud. That means you have submitted yourself unto the Most High and say, take my life, remake me into a new person that's following after your will and desires for my life. I no longer seek after these things we just read about. Having a craving for physical pleasure, sex, outside of marriage, with other folks' wives, husbands. A craving for everything we see other people. I almost said it. Other people's husbands or wives. Other people's clothes, houses, cars, relationships they have. And then having that pride in the achievements we have accomplished. And the possessions, like I say, we have heaped up here on this physical plane. But the text says to store our wealth in heaven, where it doesn't decay, or moths don't eat it. Praise the Most High. But this has to be a voluntarily step we make. Y'all see that, Carolina? We have to submit to the Most High's plans for our lives. And how do we do that? By dying to self. Saying, no, I don't do that no more. That's not me no more. That's not the person I'm not the person that used to do them things. That person that has died. I'm a new creation in the Most High. Old things have passed away. Behold, I have become new. I'm a new man. I'm a brand new man. I'm no longer a self-made man. And this, truth be told, self-made idiot and fool. Because I thought I can get away with mess. I thought I could do the same old mess everybody else did, but not get caught. That was keeping within the status quo. That was me going along, not rocking the boat. But my world got rocked. I had a rude awakening. And Romans 12:2 also gives us a map of how to walk this out, or a blueprint. It says, don't copy the behavior and customs of this world, but let the Most High transform you into a new person by changing the way you think. By changing the way you think. By changing the way you think. The way you think. And how many of us know that the way we think is by what we see, by what we hear? Then you will learn to know the Most High's will for you, which is good and pleasing and perfect. See, that's why it gets me when folks say you can't live a perfect life. You can't live 100% wholesome and right. It's impossible. And I'm almost about to step into our next idea, but we're not. We're gonna hold right. We're gonna hold fire. We're gonna hold fire. That means don't shoot. Don't fire off on them yet with that one. Praise the Most High. But it is possible. If it wasn't so, the Most High wouldn't have said it. He wouldn't have said, be holy, for I am holy. Which means to be set apart. Perfect in His eyes. See, we're never going to be perfect in our own eyes or in the eyes of other folks. But in His eyes, see, He searches our hearts. See, that's what He's looking at. He's peeping out their heart, deep into your heart. And see what the Most High will do. He'll put you in situations that will reveal what's really on and in your heart. And I so much love Him for that, because it shows us who we are. Not only shows Him, but it shows us if we're still fools, if we're still idiots, if we still haven't came up to par, if we're still not trying to rock the boat, if we're still trying to keep the status quo, or as this word here says in the definition, we're still trying to maintain status quo, not rocking the boat. We don't want no trouble. And all I can see is some of our older ancestors. I don't want no trouble, boss. I don't want no trouble, master. That's just like a lot of things going on now. Just like the Most High said, a lot of things gonna happen you're not ready for yet. I can't reveal it to you yet. But see, the Ruach HaKodesh, He leads us into all truth. Praise the Most High. One more time, Romans 12:2. This is so important. Don't copy the behavior and customs of this world, but let the Most High transform you into a new person by changing the way you think. By changing the way you think. And see, that's just like with us celebrating our holy days, our holy feast. We do know that we're entering into the season of the holidays, or should we say the unholy days, that was set up by man to give honor and praise to their Elohims, which more than not is Hasatan, Baal worship, and self-worship. Right now we're in the season of Halloween. Oh boy. What an evil celebration. Which is basically a celebration of death, not life. And I just left a job in this pretty influential neighborhood out by the lake. And you ride through and see the most creepiest looking decorations in people's yards. And you ask yourself, how could I have ever followed these customs? And now the excuse, which it has been since the truth has been revealed to us of who we are. Well, it's for the kids. You did it. Why don't you let them do it? You don't want them to feel left out. Them other kids gonna pick on them. No, they're not. They're gonna see when they say we don't celebrate that. That's a celebration of death. Them other kids' eyebrows gonna go up, and they gonna want to know more. That's an opportunity for them your kids, to tell them about what they believe. To maintain the status quo is to keep things the way they are. In Ephesians 2:10, what did we read all of that? Let's read that. Don't copy the behavior, and once again, this is Romans 12:2. Don't copy the behavior and customs of this world, but let the Most High transform you into a new person by changing the way you think. Then you will learn to know the Most High's will for you, which is good and pleasing and perfect. See, this comes, you start understanding the Most High's will by not walking in the ways of the world, by letting Him direct you into the perfect, good and pleasing path for your life. In John 3:3 it says, Yahushua answered and said unto him, Verily, verily, I say unto you, except a man be born again, he cannot see the kingdom of the Most High. See, it's sad when something is right in front of you and you can't see it. Just like I believe he said one time, the kingdom is inside you. But you must be born again. See, this don't leave no wiggle room. This don't leave no one side of the fence or the other side of the fence. One side of the line or another side of the line. And Ephesians 2:10 says, For we are His workmanship, created in Mashiach Yahushua, unto good works, which the Most High has ordained that we should walk in. See, that's them perfect works we were talking about. See, if we're gonna be His workmanship, which we all are, but if we're walking in that workmanship, then we're gonna rock the boat. And not only rock the boat, we're gonna flip it over. We're gonna say, no more. I'm not going where y'all going no more. I'm getting out of this boat. I'm going back where I came. I'm making a U-turn. Hallelujah. And see, the whole point about that one, Ephesians 2:10, is he made us. Just like the prior script we read in Romans, it says, then you will learn to know the Most High's will for you, which is good and pleasing and perfect. Do you want the Most High's perfect will and plan for your life like I do? I do, family. I want it desperately. I need it desperately. We all need it desperately. Because just like we said, some things getting ready to come down the pipe. It's going to make it really unpopular to be who we are. Which is already the case. But a lot of it hasn't been revealed. The plans that Hasatan is trying to put into works for us. See, they want to silence us. They don't want us to speak this truth. Because those folks that say they are and know they ain't, they have youngins. And them youngins listening, they like, well, mama, daddy, why they saying this about us? Is it true? No, baby, it's not true. Well, why are they saying it if it's not true? Plus, they have receipts. Oh, boy. And I believe them, mama. Oh, boy. See, that's the worst thing in the world for a parent who's taught their children or their child a lie their whole life, and they start getting older and start asking questions like, mama, did you lie to me? Daddy, did you lie to me? Who said that? Them folks out there said it. Them folks right there said it. Then Hebrews 3:14, for we are made partakers of Mashiach, if we hold the beginning of our confidence steadfast until the end. See, we're partakers. See, just like Yahusha came and rocked the boat, we supposed to be rocking boats too. And just like he turned the boat over, coming up into the temple. But all it means is having an open heart to whatever he says do. See, he says it's a good and perfect plan for our lives. And if you're willing to walk in that plan, you're going to find satisfaction in your life. You're going to be content. And I dare say you're going to be happy. Oh boy. You're going to be happy because you're doing what you're supposed to do. And no matter what's going on, it's going to be okay. No matter what you see, he'll never leave you or forsake you. And you're going to see some things that's going to make it really hard. Well, he told me, he said, you're going to see some things that's really going to try your faith. But no matter what you see, don't take your eyes off of me, because I'll never leave you or forsake you. And that was him telling me back then, I got you. And I'm passing on that good heart medicine today. He got you. Just do what he tell you. Just be an obedient child. Say, yes, Papa. Yes, Daddy. I'll do. Hallelujah, family. I love y'all so much, and I mean it when I say that. Because I love my Father. And because I love my Father, I love my brothers and sisters. And want them to do well. Want them to make it into the kingdom. Not when they die, but now. Come on in. The water is fine. Hallelujah. And that's what we're saying today. Flip the boat over, take a swim. Get your feet wet. Just like my sister Joy Lester says, oh, taste and see that Yah is good. Blessed is the man that trust in him. Oh, taste and see. Hallelujah. Well, family, I love y'all so much. Do have a grand day today with your Elohim. Let him lead and guide you today into all truth. You stay up and keep pushing forward in the right direction. Shalom. Hallelujah.